Hey. Oh, I'm so excited to be the first guest of this new season. I feel very special. Who hasn't had a single episode yet? Now you're picking us off. How's lockdown been for me? There's been good things and bad things. As I'm sure, you know, everyone's feeling at this point. It's been a long time. And it's been a bit tough in the fact that I don't have the greatest mental health. But there's been good things too in the fact that I can still work from home. So I'm still, you know, earning a bit of money, still got a reason to like get up every day because I gotta do some work. And even that sort of gets a bit tiring after a while because the longer you're out of the office, the more like disconnected you feel from it. And my jobs, I've got two, are both quite creative. So just sort of being in this room for the past couple months really like saps the creativity out of you. Yeah, you feel it too, right? Yeah. But there's been good things in the fact that I've gotten a lot closer to my mum recently, which is really cool. We're sort of the closest now we've been in the last couple of years because like what else are we going to do? We're in each other's back pockets the entire time now. But it's also meant I've been able to reach out to some old mates from high school as well and get a lot closer to them. Some friendships that have been neglected a bit through uni and then working and everything. So that's really cool that I've got in touch with some people now that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. So yeah, good things and bad things. So I'm holding on to the good parts of it and appreciating those as much as I can. Yeah. It drives you crazy. I mean, lockdown, this was so unexpected as well. I'm a bit naive for saying that, but I don't think any of us thought it would be a couple months and counting. So yeah, it's very unexpected. Yeah. So anything I've learned about myself, or I had a thought about this before coming on because I saw that question. It's not so much what I've learned about myself, but about lockdown in general. It's really important for me to have a goal that I'm working towards and can still work towards during lockdown, because so much of your life is put on hold. But for me, I've got this one thing which I know you're going to talk about later, which I'm excited to talk about. So I won't give spoilies now. But I remember the first lockdown we went through last year. I was studying at that point, and I also had a job then that I couldn't do from home. It was purely, a location kind of job. And, because that first lockdown was so unexpected, the university said, oh, we have got to stop classes for 5 weeks. So the first 5 weeks, my life was completely put on hold. I didn't have work. I couldn't finish my postgraduate degree. So this time around, I've made really sure I have something I can keep doing no matter what. And it's made a huge difference. So that is something I would recommend to anyone listening. Try and find something you can still work towards during lockdown. It can be anything. Yeah. Yeah. And you've been working out. I've seen your snaps. Watch out, ladies. No, it's a self-improvement thing, and working out, because I'm on a fitness journey as well. It makes such a difference to like everything. Mentally. Yeah, you just feel like a different person afterwards. It makes such a difference. Yeah. Describe our friendship in a few words. See, I can only think of one, but it's a big one. Supportive. Like, there is something really special about how we both hype each other up all the time. And yeah, if I ever need someone to give me like a really positive boost, I know I can come to you and you will make me just feel so good about myself, and I'm hoping it's reciprocated. I try and make sure it's reciprocated. Yeah. So that's my big word for us, is supportive. Yeah. Oh, you're asking the real questions today, aren't you? Last time I came on here, we were like, what's your favorite TV show? And I was like, sweet, let's talk about this. This is getting deep. No, I love it. This is it makes this podcast entirely unique to you. And I think that's really important, and you're spreading a really good message here. And that's kind of part of my answer, is the fact that I didn't know anything about cerebral palsy before you. I'd never met anyone in my life with it. So just being friends with you has been a whole learning experience in itself. And all of us who are friends with you are really fortunate in the fact that you are so kind and open and willing to educate us, and there's never any judgment. And the fact that you've got this channel now as well, where you're and TikTok, Instagram, you're all over all kinds of socials, where you educate people, and you know, no one said you had to educate people, but you're doing it and it's making like a really positive difference, and I have a lot of respect for that. Also, what I'd say, what I've learned just from you as a person, and I've said this a few times, like you're a huge role model to me, mostly just because of your positive outlook on life, because I don't generally share that same worldview, but I'd really like to. Um, you've just got this like natural optimism that I'm trying to bring into my own life, and there's been a few times where I sort of have to ask myself, like, what would William do? WWWD. What would William do? And you're welcome to use that. Make shirts or something, new merch, come on. And that's, you know, you don't wallow, or you know, you get all the wallowing that needs to be done, and then you're like, right, let's turn something positive out of this, or let's move on. And that's something I'm learning to do from our friendship. Yeah. I'd say, I don't know, I've known you for a few years now. I'm like, what was it like when I first became friends with you? Because it just felt so chill. I think that's the thing, is like, we were just, I mean, we first really met at a party, like one of Jen's parties. So everything's always been really chill with you. And I really, 3 years?
Yeah.
Oof, we're old. Yeah, I'd say just be chill about it. It's not a, like, yeah, be patient, be chill, be respectful, and just enjoy having a new friend. Yeah. Well, I want to know how you'd describe our friendship. What's a word you'd use? Just spinning it back on you. Gonna make me cry. Oh, that's sweet. Oh. I'm also like thinking of, for some reason, you know what it is? It's that Snapchat filter. It's reminded me of the Teletubby baby son. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the Teletubby baby son. Oh, that's a sweet little comparison. I love that. My favorite color is yellow as well, because it's all bright and happy. So I'm gonna take that comparison. All right. Do I get another question for you? Oh, I don't know what time. So I can just talk about it? Okay. So the little goal I mentioned before that I'm working on during lockdown, it's kind of a big deal. It's a big deal to me. So all the way back in March, I I made a decision that I wanted to fundraise for the Heart Foundation. Now, this isn't my first time fundraising for them. William will remember from my 21st birthday that instead of people giving me gifts, I instead asked, could you donate to the Heart Foundation? That's more important to me. Well, not that it's more important to me, but that's just like a better use of your time and money and everything. So I did that, and then I sort of decided I wanted to fundraise for them again. To take it back even further, timeline wise, the reason why the Heart Foundation is really important to me is because I lost my dad 3 years ago now, to a heart attack, which was very sudden and unexpected. And he was such a great parent and such a good human that the world shouldn't have lost so soon. So in all my grief afterwards, I sort of made a promise to myself that I would use that and channel it into something really good. And I feel like that's a lifelong promise I've got now, because after my 21st birthday, that felt like a first step in a very long life of things I could be doing out of that experience. So yeah, I chose to fundraise for the Heart Foundation. And because I'd already done such a chill fundraiser the first time around, I really wanted to step it up this time. So a year ago now, I started going to the gym, started working out, and found a lot of solace in that, I guess. So I wanted to really up my fitness and also come up with a really good goal to fundraise. So I decided I'd train to run 10 kilometers and use that as my fundraiser this time around. So that run is actually only, hang on, I've got the date saved on my phone. How many days away is it now? Oh, it's only 27 days away. 27 days till I run 10 kilometers. Yeah, am I ready?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm getting more and more nervous. Like it's crazy how far I've come just in this lockdown alone. Because I think it's, I have so much extra time to train. I don't really have many reasons to put off from training. I don't have many excuses. But I'm feeling good about where I'm at with 5Ks now, but I'm, doing double that in less than a month, which is crazy. And I'm getting nervous. But I'm also really excited because I've been very fortunate that so many of my friends and family have already donated to the fundraiser, and I've already gone past halfway. My final goal amount is $1,500, and I'm pretty sure I'm on 800 and something now, which is, I'm so grateful, and I'm just blown away by the fact that I haven't even done the run yet and people have just been like so happy to donate. But I'm also really appreciative of that because that means people like value this cause as much as I do. So yeah, to give you a statistic heart disease wise and like why this is so important, every 90 minutes, so that's 90, someone in New Zealand dies from heart disease. cardiovascular disease is our country's biggest killer. So so many of those deaths as well are preventable and premature, like my dad's was. So this is something that's not only important to me personally, but also a huge crisis in our country as well. And it feels like a bit of an awkward time because obviously our country is facing a completely different crisis with COVID. Yeah, and I'm like, hey, fundraise for this one instead. But that's not the message I'm trying to spread. I just wanted to stick to that goal, which I set that 20th of November date long before we even had the Delta variant in this country. And I didn't want to change that goal because the Heart Foundation still needs that money for their good work and their research. So yeah, I still wanted to spread that message through lockdown. Yeah. Okay. My first advice for someone who wants to do a fundraiser is firstly, it doesn't necessarily have to be a big fundraiser. Like most of our charities have some kind of collection week where they get the public to donate. You'll see them outside shopping malls and stuff. So firstly, you could donate to one of those collection buckets, or you could volunteer as one of those collectors. Or if you wanted to take control and do your own fundraiser, then in that case, find a charity or organization that does something that you really care about, because it can be a lot of work, and you can put a lot of time into a fundraiser, so you want it to be something genuine, so you're not just gonna like give up halfway through. But so you want an organization that's doing something you care about, and also a lot of fundraisers I've seen recently, including my own, require a lot of physical activity, which can be a barrier to a lot of people, so I would say, like, get creative with how you're going to fundraise. It doesn't have to be running 10Ks. It doesn't have to be cycling this distance or walking this distance. It could be like what I did for my birthday, where all I really said was, if you're thinking of getting me a birthday present, the best present you can give me is to donate to the Heart Foundation. Or something more like that. Could be a bake sale. I don't know. Just do something that you enjoy, because any work or fundraiser you do counts as long as you follow through with it. Don't just give up. Anything makes a difference. So make sure it's something you care about, and make sure you're doing something you enjoy, and you'll do great. All right, my question. Oh, I should have thought about why I'm doing all that time. Dumped me with me talking about myself. I'm all not sure what I want to ask you. I kind of want to follow through on the fundraiser thing, since we're like on that topic though. Do you have a charity or organization that you really care about that's doing something that you think awareness should be spread about. And I know you've worked with a couple at this point, so pick something you want to shout out. Free promo, yay. Yeah. Both very good causes. All right, cool. How's my life after uni? I mean, for one thing, my uni carried on for another semester after yours did, because I did postgrad. And I'm still technically at AUT because I'm doing my Māori classes through AUT as well. So I was still showing up there every week up until this lockdown. I've never really left. Sure. That would be the only reason. Nah, the Māori class thing, that's been something on my bucket list since high school, because I regretted taking Spanish instead, because I'm not much of a traveler. Don't think why I ever thought I'd, go overseas and put that to use, because I haven't. Nah, this was something on the books long before Ryland. Don't get any ideas. It's handy though. I've got a study buddy there if I ever want one. Although I've been a bit reluctant because I get all shy and embarrassed. But okay, how's life after uni? I've been fortunate in the fact that I have 2 jobs now that relate to what I studied, one relating more to what I did my degree on, and the other relating more to what I did my postgrad on, which is really cool. In saying that though, like, I sometimes think it would be so much easier if I just had one full-time job that I could put all my time and effort into. Sometimes it gets a bit confusing, like, okay, what work am I supposed to be doing on what day? Especially now that I'm in lockdown, because it's not like I'm traveling to the different offices. I'm just in here, and it's like, okay, what day of the week it is it? What job am I supposed to be doing? But I'm lucky in the fact that I've got jobs that are related to my degree, and they're creative, and they're both something I'm interested in, and both of them have elements of helping people in some way as well, which I'm passionate about. So it's not all bad. There's definitely some good stuff going on. Yeah. Key advice for just after uni, just like starting your career? I don't know if my one key piece of advice, I don't even know if I'm qualified to give advice on something like this. Apply for jobs as much as possible. I guess that's true. It's like, I am someone who will literally read every single one of the requirements, and almost as though I'm looking for a reason why I can't apply for that job. Don't do that. If there are a few things on that list where you're like, I don't think I could do that, apply anyway, because they're gonna train you. You don't walk into a job knowing everything. That's not how that works. They're supposed to train you. They're supposed to help you. So apply anyway, do the interview, see where you get to. Don't hold yourself back by not even trying and applying to the jobs. And I'm saying all this knowing this is something I'm still working on as well, because I'm the first person to go, oh no, they won't want me, I won't even apply, I'll save them the time of even looking at my CV. So let's learn from my mistakes here and listen to that advice. Yeah. 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 Put yourself out there more. Cool. Big question. I'd say, like, obviously being in lockdown, mental health is like a really big thing right now, but it's always a big thing as well. And I think that's the first thing, is just to like respect what a big thing mental health is. Don't try and sweep anything under the rug, because it'll only bubble up later. I'm a big believer in counseling. I know not everyone is. So in that case, I would say find something that works for you, that alleviates any kind of pressure or stress that you might be under. In any capacity, you know, whether you have a diagnosed mental illness, or whether you're just, you know, under that everyday sort of stress and pressure and lockdown pressure. So like me, working out, you were talking about that as well before. But also, you know, I'm a big believer in counseling, and finding a trusted friend to talk to. Like, we hear these things a lot, but I'm just here to validate all of that. Yeah. Yeah, we're quite fortunate in the fact that we've got like a trusted little tight-knit group of friends. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so easier to put pressure on. Yeah. Yeah. You're your own worst critic. And I am too. Yeah. Yeah. At the moment, I'm really excited to move out of home. I do really enjoy living with my mum and my brother, but I also am just really excited to have a flatting experience. I was so fortunate to be able to live at home for uni, and I feel like I really still want the flatting with friends kind of experience. I'm having that in my 20s, and I've got that all planned and set up. I'm excited for that. Otherwise, end goal far in the future, career-wise, I would love to own my own digital marketing business. The two jobs I have are both in really small businesses. So much of it is business focused, and this is an interest I've found after uni. So I'd love to be a managing director someday of my own company. I'm now that I've been close and seen small businesses and how they work and everything. I would love that for myself one day. And that's, you know, far in the future. I'm barely out of uni. But that's a big end goal, is that I always said, and you probably remember from in uni, I wanted to be a director, as in a film director, but I think now it's more like a managing director. There's some big in there now. Is that a good enough end goal for you? Yeah. I think it's doable. I'm gonna tell myself it's doable, because I've seen 2 small businesses and how they work now, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. It's not too far off. I just need more experience first, a lot more experience, but it's not impossible. Am I ready? I'm trying to be ready. Okay, you know what? Go for it. Favorite song. Look Up by the band Camino. Oh, that's stressful. Interesting thing about uni. Making a short film in 3rd year with Amelia. Yes, you were on that film too. Biggest inspiration to my personality. Does it have to be real, or can it be a fictional character? I see that. Marty McFly. Ooh. Okay, well, in that case, I feel pretty safe saying mine is a fictional character written by Sarah J. Maas. She's only half human as well and half fairy, but her name's Aelin Galathinius, which is a mouthful, but she's just really badass. And she's been through some tough times and come out really badass, which I can only hope to do. Oh. You know what? I'm going to stick on the Sarah J. Maas streak and say I want to interview her as an author, because she's behind all of my favorite books, so many of my favorite characters. She's a huge writing inspiration to me, because I still love writing and still would love to be a writer one day. So I would love to pick her brains. Yeah, that's my answer. Like 6-year-old me, or just any random 6-year-old, like one on the street, like, hey, let me describe my life to you. Okay, 6-year-old me. I don't even remember what I was like when I was 6. What do I do in life now? I don't know. I guess I would tell her. Oh, I remember when I was 6 years old, I remember we had to do like a draw what you want to be when you're older. And I had no idea what I wanted to be. So I literally copied my best friend at the time, and she wanted to be a nurse. So I was like, I'm going to be a nurse. And she was like, you're copying me. I was like, no, I want to be a nurse. I would tell myself to get my own dreams. to think, start thinking about what I wanted to be. Don't just copy other people. Because I'd say my dream of being a digital marketing business owner now, like I'd say that's a pretty cool dream. A 6-year-old's not going to think of that dream, but I remember we had to do an art assignment, and I was like, I want to be a nurse. I can't handle blood. It is one of the my worst fears. I don't know who that girl thought she was. That's what I'd tell 6-year-old me. Oh. Putting on some good music, putting on some really cheesy happy pop music. I'm really exposing myself here. I don't talk about this a lot, but having a dance party, full on lip syncing or singing dance party with some happy cheesy pop music is always my secret to lifting my mood and making me smile. And I'm really exposing myself here, but I also highly recommend. I'm only 2 seconds away from the hairbrush microphone. Nothing else that makes me smile. There's heaps of things that make me smile. That was just the first. That's my little secret weapon to making me smile. I've got some pretty cool funny people in my life that make me smile. You're one of them. I've seen Peanut Butter Falcon and I've seen The Great Gatsby, and both of those, can I steal those? No. 3 underrated films. See, I'm not very original in my movie choices. I'm very much honestly, it's shocking that I haven't watched Squid Game yet with how much of a bandwagon person I am, but it's only because I'm afraid of blood. You haven't either? I'm too scared to watch it alone. I'm a bandwagon person, so anything I've watched is not underrated. I would say, now I get them mixed up. Is it Christopher Robin or Goodbye Christopher Robin that I've seen? One of them is one of my favorite movies ever. I'm pretty sure it's just Christopher Robin. The movie Christopher Robin gets me every time, has me bawling my eyes out. I wish more people would hype that movie up. But I'm a huge sucker for Winnie the Pooh. If you can't tell by this, you probably can't see it. My best friend did this gorgeous artwork where she turned me into Christopher Robin, wearing my clothes and everything. And I've got Winnie the Pooh by my side. But what's another underrated movie that I like? All the movies I watch are so overrated. Because my other favorite movie is Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and that has a huge following. That's not underrated. Oh, what have I watched recently? What have I watched in lockdown? I watched He's All That, the Addison Rae movie. I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it, and I'm guilty about it. It started as a hate watch on Netflix party with my friend, and it kind of turned into being really enjoyable. But that's not underrated. That is not underrated. That takes a special kind of lockdown depression to enjoy that film. Oh, I don't know what have I enjoyed that's underrated. You've got me stumped. You've exposed me as a screen production student who never ventures outside of her comfort zone. You know what it is? It's because I don't really watch movies. Like I watch TV shows, but I don't really watch movies because my attention span is not long enough. And it angers Rylan to no end. I will tell you, the single most common cause of arguments is the fact that I don't want to watch movies. And I have no shame in admitting that about our relationship, and I'm sure he will comment on this podcast and agree with me. All right, I think we have to end that question there because you're not going to get anything more out of me. Nice try.
Jesus is Lord. Yes, sir.